The last victim actually ran behind the getaway car, tried to stop them. They tried to back over her before taking off. And you see this lot right next to us? The recycling plant is about the size of this lot. So imagine all of that up in flames and then spreading to a couple surrounding businesses.
Jody Arias's life will now fit in a 7 by 12-foot box. Look at how big that really is, or should I say small. And imagine spending 23 hours a day in a space this small, bordered by just concrete and metal bars.
It's a scene set for you, Stephanie. This is what it was like when firefighters showed up. An absolute downpour courtesy of those sprinklers. Look at the roots on this thing. They are taller than I am. The tree itself is about 30, 40 feet tall. They were still in a remote area, so one simple move really helped rescuers pinpoint where they were. They created a giant SOS. You guys, the truck looks just like this one behind me, same color and everything. In fact, this is the lot where it was taken from, and it fits in here. We're in an industrial area, but it sticks out like a sore thumb in a neighborhood about 9 miles south of here. And one detail stood out in particular to a Good Samaritan that caused him to pick up the phone. The engine of his semi rumbling to life.
My baby.
Not a sound Caleb Mossbrucker thought he'd hear again after his big rig was stolen about 5 days ago.
This is an absolutely amazing story when you think about it.
It is amazing, not just that it was found.
There were so many cars that drove by that thing.
But that Scott Buchanan is the one who spotted it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never see it again.
A guy who couldn't stop thinking about a story he'd just seen on ABC 15. And working at the base of South Mountain, suddenly, there it is, that electric teal semi hiding in plain sight at the edge of a neighborhood.
I happened to look over and I saw the Prisoner Highway up on the top there.
That's what did it,
And the
man.
color, everything fit together.
Caleb's customized sticker, a dead giveaway.
He popped the glass out of there and got up into the door, it looks like.
The truck, a little worse for the wear.
Outside looks like they went for a joyride out in the desert.
Some clothes and electronics stolen, but it's in one piece. And the most important piece, an angel from Caleb's mother, still inside.
Every day I touch it and I say a little prayer, and that meant a lot to me.
So it's back to business for Caleb, a prisoner of the highway once again, with hopes police will have a prisoner of their own soon enough. So that mystery is solved, but now the next mystery, who took it and why? The thief did leave behind a couple of clues. Boxes of these empty cigarette filters were inside the cab, so it doesn't look like they were done with that semi-truck yet. Police have those boxes now, and they're also following up on some leads with neighbors, Katie. Let me give you some perspective of just how bad this drop was. I want you to take a look at the tree line right where it meets that sharp face of cliff and then go about 60 to 100 feet up. And they did tape off this whole area, but look, the wind has already picked up that it's made a mess of this tape. This woman knew something was wrong the second she walked in the door. All the lights were on, there's water on the floor, her drawers are open. Then it hit her. Her phone, connected to her security camera, would explain it all. I want to talk about the victim at this point because that's the car that is still behind us, and you can see the side of it just riddled with bullet holes. We count at least 8. While losing a box of tools may not seem like a big deal to everybody, for him, those tools were helping build a better life, and for more than just his family.
For this. This is not made for that.
Seems like a basic task for a repairman, fixing a gate.
This is what they left me with.
Except when the job calls for more than a screwdriver and wire stripper.
They were strapped.
In the middle of the night, someone stole Specialist Mike Beloit's tools out of the bed of his truck, encased in Army-issued containers he got in Afghanistan.
Sentimental in itself, you know, because over there, living a life is not your life.
An 8-year veteran, still active in the reserve, but he was hurt overseas. Finding a job has been hard.
I'll take whatever, or I'll do whatever I can.
Those tools were his livelihood, how he supports his wife and kids.
So if I don't have tools to make money, now how am I supposed to protect the house?
Let's talk about the house.
We bought this house because we want to be foster parents.
He's gutted it, using those tools to remodel, expand. It's how he wants to continue to serve.
I was really hoping to get kids for Christmas so they can start in December to have, you know, start living like normal, you know.
Now his plans are dead in the water. The next step is a home inspection.
I'm not going to make that deadline.
Specialist Beloit has given his all.
Depressing, like, you know, how do you serve your country and you just just they get treated like this.
And he isn't done giving, but those crooks took so much more than just boxes of hardware. So now he needs them to start giving back.
So all he really wants is to get his tools back. No questions asked, but Katie, his sister, knows that may not happen. So she's trying to raise at least enough money to replace those tools. And we have information on how anyone can help do that on abc15.com. And we're talking 100-footers. Just look at this thing. This is just one of them. Roots up, follow the trunk up, and these trees are leaning onto the side of the apartment complex.
Even though it is not blowing directly at us and I can't really smell it, my eyes absolutely feel the effects of that smoke right now. They just won't stop tearing. They're starting to get a little agitated. Also, that plume of smoke is all about perspective, because you look at it from where we are and it is still as thick as could be. That is charcoal black smoke, and I can even see the light glow of more flames just above that lowest line of businesses.
They're watching a PowerPoint, and some tech-savvy student must have had an app on their cell phone that let them use the Bluetooth to turn it into sort of a TV remote, and it changed the picture. The line stretched from here to there, wrapping along every wall, taking a full lap around the outside of the building, and then snaking through the parking lot airport style.
A lot has changed in the past 24 hours.
Stephanie, I got to tell you, my face hurts from smiling so much about this story and the outpouring of support from our viewers. It's been so overwhelming. In fact, I have to tell you, I'm in Tempe right now because someone who saw the story last night called Specialist Beloit and said, hey, come on down. We've got some construction happening at those buildings back there. Come help us out, because they know that he relies on odd jobs to support his family. And there have been several other offers to put him to work. Also, let's talk about the fundraising account to help replace some of those stolen tools. It was at $150 before our story aired last night. Now the total is over $3,000. 2 companies have offered to help him buy some of the bigger equipment, and there have been several offers for donated hand tools that have come in for Specialist Beloit. In fact, the ones that got him choked up came from the families of fallen veterans.
They were, passing it on to another veteran, I guess you would say, but that means a lot. Like, their husband, did what I did for my country, and they didn't have to let their stuff go. That was theirs, that's what they have of them. So that was pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting such an outpour of gratitude from anybody or anything. I wasn't expecting anybody to even care.
So as for the remodel, because we mentioned he does want to be able to take in foster kids and he was hoping to get them by Christmas, 2 professional companies have stepped up and offered to help him get that job done.
After seeing your story last night, Nohe, another victim got in touch?
Katie, same morning, about the same time, and Peoria police told him he was one of 10 other similar tool theft reports that same day. Only thing this time, the crooks were caught on camera. They hit this particular house at about 6:40 in the morning. And notice, it's a couple, a man and a woman. Lance Gavin tells me he came home tired the night before after fixing another property and took his usually safe neighborhood for granted and didn't unload. In the morning, it was all gone. But he knew his neighbor had security cameras. So sure enough, when they checked, he saw these 2 focused in on his hand tools, power tools, a weed eater, gas cans.
True partners in crime just walk up and just start taking stuff. And even tried the toolboxes, and they were locked. You feel violated, It's not like it was sitting out at the curb waiting for somebody. She came on my property.
And you can see they are in a white 4-door pickup truck. And also, if you watch a minute longer, notice the neighbor backs out of their garage just seconds after the couple takes off. So close. So police say the tool theft reports stretch from Olive to Thunderbird in Peoria. So if you think you recognize those 2, contact Peoria police, or also if you notice somebody trying to unload a lot of tools. And Katie, I have to tell you, Specialist Beloit was hoping for something like this when he very first shared his story. This is what he
he wanted is for those crooks to get caught.
He wasn't alone. We were all hoping that this case would be cracked, and we might be on the verge of it tonight. But also, we were so touched by all the help coming through for him. I mean, the newsroom, and I know you're still getting emails tonight on this case.
I can't even get over it. You know, I updated you at 6:30 about all of the job offers that were coming in. Well, even after that, more people donated money. The donations now over $3,300. A VFW post also contacted me wanting to get him in touch with some tools. And also another company reached out saying they want to help with his home remodel so that he and his wife can get back on track with becoming foster parents.
I'm feeling like, you know what, maybe this opportunity is going to really help me out to get those kids out of shelter and get them a home before Christmas. And this has been a bumpy road, so this is awesome.
And I got the chance to give Specialist Beloit copies of all of the offers to help. He teared up, I teared up, and Katie, I have to point this out because this is just how special he is and how selfless he is. One of the people who reached out is a woman. She's a veteran herself, and she offered to let him fix her fence. She would pay him for it, needing he could use the cash. He said, no, when I get the tools, I'm going to do that one for free.
Oh.